Welcome to another segment of Making Musicians at Home. I'm Miss Julie, and today we will be using our primary chords to figure out the accompaniment to a familiar melody. If you've never watched my other video of how to play primary chords, I suggest you watch that first before joining me for this activity today. It'll teach you not only how to play the primary chords correctly with your right hand in the key of C major, but we'll also talk through a little bit of a cadence pattern that we will be utilizing today as well. So if you haven't done that, go do that first. Otherwise, let's get started. Now the familiar song that we get to work on today is Happy Birthday. Are you excited? Now I have here just a simple sheet that has the melody already written out. This will actually be available on our website for free. If you want to print it out right now and work along with me while I do that, that'd be a great idea. Just head to our website at letsplaymusicsite.com and you can find it on our free downloads page. You'll notice up here I have my 1, my 4, and my 5 chords to use as an example to help me. And as I mentioned, if you haven't watched my other video that we talk about how to play the primary chords, you'll definitely want to watch that first because we talk about the primary chords and the pieces. Otherwise, I think we are ready to get going. Now, that other video that I mentioned, I do play a song in that, our primary chord song, which is also available for free on our website. I want to just refresh how that song goes because I like to use that song when I'm figuring out the chord accompaniment to songs. It just kind of helps drive my direction. So it started out with, this is the 1 chord, 4 is oh so fun, 5 is the chord that leads us back to 1. So I'm just going to start clunking my 1 chord. And in the key of C major, I'm using C, E, G to do that, right? And I want to see if it works at the start of the song. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. What do you think? Did it work? It started like it worked. Happy birthday to you. And did you hear when it stopped working? On the word you. So in my music, I'm going to come over here. And on the word you, I'm going to go ahead and circle it because it stopped working. So I've got to figure out what the chord's going to be there. Oh, and I want to talk about something really fast too. In this song of Happy Birthday, we have something that's known as a downbeat and an upbeat in music. And sometimes a song doesn't actually truly have a strong start on the very first words of the song. And that happens in Happy Birthday. The strong downbeat of the song Happy Birthday actually doesn't happen until the word birth. So I'm actually going to circle birth. And we established that a 1 chord sounded great there. So I'm going to actually write my Roman numeral for 1. And I'm going to actually draw the chord below it. And I can just draw 1. Right now I'm clunking a bunch, but we can figure out how many chords we're going to do later. Now, I already figured out that on the word you, it didn't sound right. So, if I use my song, this is the 1 chord, 4 is, oh so fun. I'm going to try the 4 chord on the word you. And I want you to help me to see if it sounds right. So I'm going to start again with my 1 chord. Happy birthday to you. What do you think? Did the 4 chord work on the word you? So I'm going to try the 5 chord and we'll see if it sounds right. Let's try it again. Happy birthday to you. What do you think? Did the 5 chord work? It did. Now, I want you to notice something. Not only does the 5 chord work, and I can tell by my ear, but if I come in here and I look at the note that is in my 5 chord, I'm going to go ahead and draw my 5 chord here so I have it. This is a middle B. And when I look over here at my chords, my 5 chord is the only chord that has a middle B. So that makes sense of why it sounds correct. So the great thing about when you're figuring out the chord accompaniment is you can use not only your ear to help you feel when it's wrong, but then you can use what you know about the pieces of your chords to figure out which one would sound best. So we're going to keep going along like that. I'm going to start at the beginning again. I'll start with my 1 chord, move to my 5, and I'll keep playing my 5 chord until it doesn't sound right. And then we'll figure out what the chord is from there. So let's start again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Can you hear it? Oh, it just makes me cringe. So on the next time we sing the word you, the chord has to change again. The 5 chord stops working there. So for this one, I'm gonna look up at my chords to figure out which chord might work best. And you'll notice on the word U, it's a middle C. In my chords, both my 1 chord as well as my 4 chord have a middle C in it. So technically, I could try either of those. Should we try the 4 chord and see if it finally sounds right? I'm gonna start at the beginning again, starting with that 1 chord. And we'll try the 4 chord when we get there to see if it sounds good to our ear. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. What do you think? Wasn't the 4 chord. That leaves the 1 chord clearly, since it has that middle C in it. So I'm gonna draw in our 1 chord. I'll do both the chord notation for it, the number as well. So I'll keep clunking that 1 chord until I figure out the next spot that it doesn't sound correct. We'll start at the beginning again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear name. Can you hear it? The 1 chord was working, and when I got to the part where you sing the name of whoever you're singing to, it was not working. Now, this one is a little trickier. When I look at it, there's actually 2 notes that happen on the word name. One of the notes is a middle B, which would make me think I could use a 5 chord. And one of the notes is an A. The only one of my chords that actually has an A in it in the key of C major is my 4 chord. Now, because I've never used the 4 chord, I'm just gonna try it, because I just wanna try it. We haven't had a chance to do it yet. So I'm gonna start at the beginning. When you get to the name, see if the 4 chord feels like that's what belongs there. I'm gonna start at the beginning again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's coming up. Happy birthday, dear name. What do you think? Was it the 4 chord? Yeah, my ear tells me that it's correct. But you see how I used what I knew about the pieces. So I'm gonna come in here and draw in my 4 chord, so that I know that when we get to that, and hang on to that name, it's a 4 chord. Now, let's see if that 4 chord works to the end. I'm not gonna start at the beginning this time. I'm just gonna start at that line of happy birthday, dear name, to see how it will work to the end. So, happy birthday, dear name. Happy birthday to you. The 4 chord does not work until the end. Can you hear it? So, when did it stop? Let's try it again. Happy birthday, dear name. Happy birthday. Ooh, it definitely was on birth. Did you hear it? The minute we got to the word birth, it stopped working. So I'm gonna come over here and circle it. And I'm gonna come up and look at my chords again. So on this time on birth, I happen to be playing an E. In my chords, the only one of my chords that has an E in it is the 1 chord with the C, E, G in it. So I'm going to try a 1 chord on that word birth to see if it works. And I'm gonna start at that same place again, just right before the name. Happy birthday, dear name. Happy birthday to you. 1 definitely worked there. Now, do you think the 1 chord worked all the way to the end? I have to say it didn't sound horrible. It definitely needs to end on it. And like I said, a lot of times songs will always begin and end on the 1 chord, not always. So I definitely think it needs to end on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just draw in my 1 chord at the end, because it definitely worked there. So we've got our 1 chord, but in the middle, it just didn't quite work. And I can take a look at my melody line, and I notice on the word to, there's a D. And if I look up in my chords, my 5 chord is the only one that has a D in it. So I'm gonna just try it. It may not work, because maybe the 1 chord is the chord that needs to work all the way to the end, but I'm just gonna try on the word to, the 5 chord, and see if I like it. It's gonna be a quick change, because it immediately is gonna go 5-1, but let's see if it works. I'm gonna start at that same place in the middle. Happy birthday, dear name. Happy birthday to you. What do you think? The 5 chord was perfect there. And there you have it. We've completed Happy Birthday. Should we try the whole thing together? Now I can use what I've written on, and we could follow along, but we've made it easy for you. So if you've already done the activity with us and you'd like, we've created for you on our website, this will be in the exact same place that you printed off this worksheet, a completed version with all of the chords so that you can play along. Should we try it together? You ready? You can see it doesn't start that red chord until birthday. That's our downbeat. Let's give it a shot. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear name. Happy birthday to you. And there you have it. Happy birthday. Now, as I said, that completed song is available on our website as a free download. But I want to show you one more option that we have for you as a free download. And that is an entirely blank page. Because I'm sure there are lots more songs out there that you'd like to figure out on your own. So we've created for you a blank template. It does have our primary chords up here for you in the key of C major. So that you can come in and if you can either write in your melody line or you can even write in just your lyrics only. If you don't have the melody line, it's harder to match up the notes in your chords. But you saw how we worked through and just used our ear to figure out which were the best chords. You noticed when I was working on my happy birthday song, I slid it into a sheet protector. That's what I highly recommend you do. You can even laminate it so you can use it over and over. And you can use this as a worksheet to help you figure out the accompaniment to just about any song. Thank you for joining me today as we used our primary chords to figure out the accompaniment to Happy Birthday. I hope you have fun figuring out the accompaniment on all of your favorite songs. Be sure to check out all of our Making Musicians at Home videos and we'll see you next time.